I spent an amazing 8 years in the UK, and it's not a secret that now I live in Spain, Madrid. And it's been exactly 1 year since I'm here.
Just arrived to Barajas, Madrid airport. It's weird to understand the fact that you're no longer UK resident. Welcome, new home.
So I decided to sit down and talk to you about the major cultural differences and the differences in terms of hospitality and the kitchen life. So for those who don't know, my name is Christina. I'm a baker and pastry chef, working here, traveling around the world, doing experiences, and just basically learning as much as I can. So without further ado, let's talk about kitchen life in Madrid. When I arrived to Madrid, I felt I must learn Spanish very, very well before I even start working. So I signed up for Spanish course, but in the meantime, I felt kind of bad not working. And in the meantime, I was looking around what's available and so on. So I saw one opportunity, I applied, I went for a trial, and wunderbar, I got a job. So this myth that you need to know Spanish very well, it's not true. So it's actually very English speaking environment, and in general I think people approach you already with English because when they see this face you can tell that I'm not from here. I don't know, it's in my blue eyes or my features, as they say, rasgos duros. Like a sharp features. So summarizing all this talk, I think English is not an issue, and I was too scared about Spanish language that English is quite widely spoken here. So first day trial, I came there, I said, so do you want me to work a full day or what time do you want me to finish? And they looked at me and kind of a moment of misunderstanding because they actually wanted me to do 3 days trial. What 3 days? What do you mean? It's not that I'm lazy, but I just physically didn't have time. I was doing this and this and that. It's like, I can do this day, and we actually planned this day for a week or so I can come that particular day for my trial. So it's not everywhere. Don't want to generalize too much, but I'm just talking about my experience, how it was for me in this and that particular place. And they understood, and I did 1 day. I got a job. Yes, all good, very happy. It was very nice, and the experience was really great. Likewise in London, I remember one of the places I applied, I went for a trial and it lasted like 4 or 5 maximum hours. And based on this experience, they already wanted to hire me because it's such a busy environment. People understand that you don't have full days sometimes, you don't have time, and some trials they even paid. And that's how I was used to, so that was interesting experience for sure. So another thing that I think is quite important to cover is salaries. So my last employment in the bakery where I worked in London was normal pay, nothing spectacular, not too low. So let's say this salary was equivalent to full-time minimum salary here in the bakery, one of the bakeries. But in other places, they are happy to pay above the minimum. It depends. Obviously, its salaries starting base is lower, but in general, why? You spend less in Madrid. And this leading to another point, commute. So Madrid is quite a small city compared to London. After London experience where I lived in zone 9 and to get to work to zone 1, it was quite a hassle. So every almost second was planned in the morning. It was completely dependent on trains. To take a bus is too far. It was kind of that stressing factor. Obviously here as well I plan my time, but I'm much more relaxed because worst case scenario I can, rent a scooter, or generally now I just walk to work. It's so relaxing, even if you start at 4:30 a.m. What hasn't changed though, I still kind of cannot really relax and sleep very well. One of the reasons is in spite of the fact that, I'm stressing and I need to sleep, sometimes I end up not sleeping at all. But another factor is like really, really noisy city, and people like to go out late. So I start 4:30 a.m. So I want to be in bed 10 more or less latest, and at 9 then when the action begins. So everyone going out.
So I still hear music. People still partying. Well done, Madrid. That's how it's supposed to be. It's Saturday morning.
And then I have some restaurants downstairs. I have a bar where they always sing cumpleaños feliz. every week I struggle a lot. If it's not people, then massive trucks and making a massive noise on the street. Like the glass is the worst. Come around midnight at 1, and then if you were sleeping, then you wake up, oh it's around 1, okay, I have another 2-3 hours of sleep, and then you continue. Obviously, like, I feel less and less and less, but that's kind of was super strange to me. So another thing, when I came to Spain, and I actually love doing these work experiences, and I thought, okay, since I don't know very well Spanish, I will do like free work experience just for some time, just to gain experience, get comfortable with the kitchen and things like that. So I was surprised that you cannot actually do that until you sign the contracts. So London is completely opposite. It's so relaxed. Like I knocked many bakeries doors and they are super happy to take you. So it's kind of a little bit shame here in Madrid and Spain, but hey, I have a job, I'm happy with it, so all good now. Contract. So full contract in the UK or London where I work is 48 hours. Here full time is 40 hours, so it's kind of a little bit less. And one more thing about work, that in some places here you need to take mandatory holidays only in August because it's extremely hot, so lots of businesses actually close in Madrid and some places for the whole month. So you have to save all your holidays for 1 month, which is kind of was really shocking for me because I was used to plan my holidays, like completely take ownership. But here I see that sometimes you have to say like, okay, half of my holidays will be taken in August, which it's kind of nice because anyway, lots of people go on holidays and it's super hot, so we want to escape. But on another hand, it's kind of, you have to play around your holidays based on the company's policies. So I was talking a lot about the differences, but I want to talk about similarities in the kitchen. I generally love people from hospitality and especially from the kitchen because they are like such a hard worker, so simple, humble, and here is the same, like all people I met, they are super nice, very nice environment, and the big brands are the same, good quality of products. I cannot talk about Madrid and Spain and not talk about weather. Oh my dear Lord, what is happening in Madrid? It was insane. I never experienced that ever in my life. It was really hard, I think, physically and mentally, because I was kind of feeling exhausted all the time. Of course, you can put AC because of the inflation and war, the electricity price is just going nuts, so I don't keep AC on all the time. And I heard stories that people sleep on the floor trying to find the coldest spot in the house. And one more thing that I want to mention in general about Madrid, there are so many places to go out. After 1 year I lived here, I see many nice bakeries, restaurants, cafes, and they just keep growing. Yeah, it's this point I quite enjoy Madrid. But I don't want to finish video without talking things that kind of drew my attention. Breakfast, people like here tostadita with a fresh tomato. I understand it's like kind of bruschetta, but for breakfast and coffee, to me, was kind of like an interesting combo. And then in the end I tried once and actually it was really nice, like fresh tomatoes, some olive oil, salt, pepper. I also noticed that they love eggs. So in my mind I have eggs as breakfast item on the menu. To see that you can have it even for dinner with fries and things like that, it was kind of surprising. I even saw another day in the supermarket crisps with the flavor of fried egg. So egg is an inseparable part of the Spanish cuisine, I see. From the day when I arrived till today, I know like much more, and it's really nice that I'm kind of getting familiar with the chefs. I think this year was very rich for me.
I cannot even have enough. Madrid is so pretty. How can you have a peaceful run when you have this weather? And this is so beautiful.
It was really funny. It was sometimes very hard. Gosh, I feel so sleepy. Sometimes it was very lonely, sometimes it was really fun. But I hope that's just the first page of the story. Thank you very much for watching and see you in the next one. Como estoy hablando todo sobre España, Me disculpo mucho por mi acento, pero quería aprovechar esta oportunidad y dar las gracias a todo el mundo de habla España, principalmente a los del otro lado del Atlántico. Y leo cada comentario y la verdad agradezco mucho por su apoyo y porque están aquí conmigo en ese camino. Les mando saludos de corazón y hasta la próxima.